masterclass, man.
This is a masterclass in scaling. Kudos to the whole SayGames UA and the game team. You're doing an amazing
team?
and ad monetization. Okay, so
excuse me.
Okay,
how dare you?
Kudos to whole SayGames My Perfect Hotel team, everybody included. You're doing an amazing job and making the lives of other UA managers, including myself, fucking terrible.
This is no bullshit gaming podcast, 2.5 gamers. Sharing actionable insights, dropping knowledge from our day-to-day user acquisition, game design, and ad monetization jobs. We are definitely not discussing the latest industry news, but having so much fun. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously.
So, should we do it? Okay, let's go. Welcome. This is session number 78. My name is Matej Lančarič.
I'm Felix Braberg.
And I'm Jakub Remia.
And we are your hosts. Another episode, another game review, and this was amazing intro. Oh, anyway, so another game review. I'm absolutely against this, but we actually have to do it because the current situation pushed us into it. And can you or could you guess which game are we going to talk about today?
You're being so silent, so I can barely hear you.
Really? Oh, yeah, Jesus. Sorry.
There we go.
I'm super excited anyway. So it's going to be My Perfect Hotel from SayGames, because this game is scaling like there is no fucking tomorrow. And today we're going to tell you how they're able to do it. Well, at least I hope they really changed something in the game that helped them scale. And it's not... Is it? They did? Okay. Yeah, and it's not only a new winning playable... Jesus fucking Christ, why are you interrupting me?
Because he's excited. He interrupts when he's excited.
Yeah, I know. So because I want to say, I hope it's not only a new winning playable. They literally copied from Idlebank Tycoon. Well, I guess we're going to see this in the upcoming minutes. In the meantime, also congrats to our dear friend Tomáš and the whole family, because his son was born last weekend. His name is Felix.
Really?
Yes. And I think like there was one weird thing that happened when young Felix started screaming in the hospital. The God is our witness. People could hear words like Amazon, ECPMs, GAM, and these things. And I'm pretty sure that happened. I'm pretty sure that happened.
Good, strong name. I support this choice. Well done. And congrats, Thomas.
Exactly. But before we start talking about My Perfect Hotel, I would like to talk about the previous episode where we discussed Empire Takeover. and obviously we have to apologize because this game is amazing. Now, when I said the game is dead, it was kind of a joke. Obviously kind of pissed a few people here and there. But we had a lot of fun during the episode thanks to us saying the game is dead.
And obviously, even more fun after the episode.
Yeah, even more fun. Obviously, it's not dead. It makes money. And the CEO of Skydragon Games talked to us on LinkedIn about the learnings and insights about why they stopped UA and the fact that they are actually now in the middle of developing Empire Takeover 2. They took all the learnings and this game is actually going to be released in 3 months, maybe. But yeah, it was.
Sorry, Remo.
Yeah, we definitely keep an eye on.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Because if it's not readable enough, the implied secret why the UA was stopped, because they're pretty much developing a second game which they want to do it like more right. Like CEO literally said, like more innovation. So it's gonna be, I guess, something on a scale of whiteout survival mindfuck that we covered before. So let's see and hope for the best. Definitely fingers crossed, and we'll keep it on our radar.
Because Whiteout Survival now is making more than 20-25 million a month, and they're not stopping there. So we called it 5 months ago. Thank you very much for listening. And also, guys, at Century Games, doing a fucking amazing job. Kudos. Very good. Anyway, should we get into the My Perfect Hotel review?
No, we can't. Because we need to discuss some urgent
monetization
news first.
Let's do it.
So no, we can't. Then we can talk about My Perfect Hotel, because late last week, Google announced that Christmas will no longer be lean for publishers. They announced that to make the transition to real-time bidding as smooth as possible for a temporary period after October 31st, Google Ads will still respond to multi-calls within hybrid waterfalls on supported partner platforms. This essentially means that on Maven, Chartboost, and Max and Level Play, if you have Google Bidding live, you will still get calls on your ad mod placements. Thus, you'll be able to keep your hybrid waterfall setup. The second order of magnitude meaning of this announcement means that GAM networks have been given a new lease of life on AdX demand, and this will keep open essentially the biggest ad monetization hack of our generations for just a little bit longer. So how long do you think this is going to last? So Google's have not given a hard deadline, but they said they will keep this set up until early 2024. So this means that the loophole will at some points be closed, but we don't know when. So in short, the show goes on.
Yay.
Yeah, and publishers who wish to maximize revenue can keep refreshing ad mod placements and GAM placements for just a little while longer. Okay, you can go to Perfect Hotel now.
Okay, very good. Also, congrats for this announcement. I guess it's going to make
a
your life
lot of
a little bit
publishers
easier.
who are very happy, who are messaging me when this came out. It's just like a big collective
thumbs ups all the time.
Oh, thank fuck.
By the way, almost forgot. Look. Is our fucking
for
swag.
those listening, Matej is wearing a Flamingo t-shirt.
Yeah, Flamingo.
What does it say on the back?
Flamingo.
What does it say on the back?
Nothing.
Because on the back it shouldn't be any logo because it looks fucking cheap. Because everybody who sees a flamingo with sunglasses knows that it's flamboyant UA flamingo. Okay, you can continue. Now I'm done.
Okay, now to my perfect hotel. I think Rima, you should just start. Give an intro, show the gameplay.
Really, I think you want me to go last this time. Really?
Yeah, I think so.
There's more context that it meets the eye.
Okay, we'll just start by giving a 3-second intro, then and show the gameplay a little bit.
Yeah. Well, let's do that.
Okay.
By the way, how far have you gotten, guys?
I'm on level 13.
I have no idea. I've played the game 3 months ago and never played it again.
Okay, so for those not really, competing on Felix level style of gameplay playthrough, I'm already on Hotel 2, but already pretty much reset Hotel 1 3 times. So just
wait, what?
I'm resetted Hotel 1 3 times already, and I'm on Hotel 2 currently.
Like
just saying,
7.
Levels don't really matter that much in this game. It's more like how far have you gotten within this kind of a progression. We'll talk about that.
Level 7, Hotel 7.
Yeah,
I'm in Hotel California.
5-star hotel.
Yeah, you can continue.
What are you talking about?
Okay. So I'll start with Admon. I think we're in kind of this really interesting phase of hyper-casual games where all hyper-casual developers are kind of just honing in their very own playbook on how to build games that scale, that don't rely on ad revenue alone. And out of all the studios we've covered from our hyper to hybrid casual series, I think SayGames is developing the playbook that seems the most scalable and right now is the most interesting.
From hyper-casual publishers, because so regarding hybrid stuff, it's definitely Hobby on the top, but I would say these guys are second in the...
because
how did it start as a hyper-casual?
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Hybrid-wise, Hobby's on top, but it's not the hyper-casual publisher. Regarding the Switch, SayGames is on the top.
Yeah. At least from what we discussed so far.
Yeah. So feel free to add some things here, but it feels to me like the SayGames Ads playbook, at least, is as follows. So only games that can be played in portrait mode. So you only show portrait mode ads. They monetize with banners, rewarded ads, inters, and in-app purchases. Rewarded ad units appear dynamically at all pain points where you can speed up progression. Rewarded ad units are related to 3 main kind of categories. So basically to generate like in-game currency, speed up movement with consumables. So you speed up character movement, like with a unicycle, the flying carpet, those type of things. or unlocking unique design like premium content, like premium room designs or design consumables. And also banners are always on a 15-second refresh timer to not affect retention too much, as on hyper casual this is always 10. And banners are starting to be shown around 20 minutes of a gameplay.
Why not sooner, by the way?
I think it's just basically to not hurt retention until you basically let the mechanics of the game grab a hold of you. What do you think, Remo?
Yeah, it could be. Like, seems to me like I don't know if the biggest hit regarding the ads intrusion into the game are either banners or interstitials.
Well,
Don't know
I would
which.
say interstitials.
Interstitials,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so could be it, but yeah, definitely it's because they want to postpone this kind of a moment. Like, oh, this game have ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you play this for 20 minutes? Like, we don't know. Do we know what's the?
Yeah, I'm actually asking that very question after this little part. But like,
okay.
Yeah, what kind of like how long do you think gameplay is this in this? I will say
You can
15,
play as
20
much
minutes.
as you want currently if you kind of can keep up with watching the ads.
Yeah, but what do you think the average is?
Usual session for casual mid-core game is like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
And this, I would guess, because they have so good of a numbers, maybe they're even higher.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
Especially when they're kind of trying to lure you by unlocking more different.
Trying to lure you to Bila.
Yeah.
Everybody loves your Slovak ads in the banners.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Anyway, interstitials seem to be on like a 3 to 4 minute cooldown, so they appear, and it's only intrusive ads that can be removed with IAPs, so interstitials and banners, and like SayGames doesn't seem to care about intrusive end cards, and that's kind of me codifying what I feel their ads playbook is. Is there anything you want to add to that, Remo?
Yeah, I think that thing we talked before called skip it.
Yeah,
I think they skip the name. Because if you look into it, a lot of times hard currency is actually used to just skip the ads in a way. It's not really the way to buy true stuff. So if let's say here...
Well, the premium currency is used to skip the ads.
Yeah, but
so it's not skip it, but it's currency that's kind of like
currency. Because I think
instead of skip it.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Because for instance, here if I want to like pay it with hard currency, for instance, this cost for upgrade on level 3, I can't. I need to pay it manually, There's not a way for me to skip it with hard currency. Only here, again, I can choose to use hard currency to skip the ad option. So again, it's pretty much skip it in its way that we talked before.
Yeah.
It's just through hard currency, which I think will be the like way to go forward, because it's just mentally a better model for like understanding for players how these things work, and makes the kind of currency more kind of a thank you. Haven't even decided
3 minutes.
yet.
3 minutes.
So I think skip is probably is not way to go, but the model of being able to skip the rewarded videos through some kind of a currency or hard currency, it will go forward. So that's there.
Yeah. Anyway, you can really see how these elements of this playbooks were also used in Dreamdale, and now they kind of been honed in like a bit more even in My Perfect Hotel. And the really cool thing that they've added here also, which I absolutely love, is that like when you have the consumables, like the unicycle that speed up character movements, it also changes how the character interacts with like in-game items. So it actually changes the way your character acts. I think it's a little cool detail. So I have no idea how long the average session length is, but I think it's closer to 20 minutes.
It needs to be more than 20 minutes. It needs to be more. If they start showing banners after 20 minutes.
That's just the first time you play the game, right? So like you usually pick this game up again. I'm sure. What's day one retention on this?
Oh, it's 55 or 56.
Really?
According to one of the tools.
Okay, retention multiplier, please, because I saw like 30, 35 or 40.
No, I see 57.
It needs to be good. Like it
needs to be good.
It's the only thing, there's no big discrepancies.
The only problem I have in this tool is the long-term retention, because that's closer to like 0.7 on day 90, which I don't think this is happening. Really? And even after the last update, after the last update, we don't have enough data, obviously, but nothing changed in terms of retention in the tool that we use. So I think it's gonna be the day one can be around 60, day 7 they show 15, which is definitely more, I think.
Okay, I see something between like, as I said, like 35 day 1 and then around 3%. Yeah, on day 30, which
day 30,
in my
33%,
opinion,
that's what I see.
and day 7 around 8, which in my opinion is the difference between the casual mid-core retention and hyper casual retention. Just pretty much that like nice kind of thing in the middle. So not 40 20 10 as usual, day 1, day 7, day 30, not 40 5 nothing like hyper casuals. So it's something like 30 something ish, then around 8 day 7, and then around 3 to 5 day 30.
I think it's more. I mean,
even more. So
even more.
Like, it definitely needs to have the high tail, because otherwise,
he skipped the interstitial, please.
Otherwise you don't get the IP revenue there.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So guys, please, from SayGames, I know you enjoyed the Dreamdale and our episode. So if you can share, we won't tell, obviously.
This pretty much is like a part of a longer context. I will talk about it because they have another game that we maybe think.
Of course, they have another game.
But I mean on the same template.
Of course, they have another game.
Yeah. Okay. So when playing this game, I think on average you see anywhere between 5 to 6 interstitial ads. The reason I took that down a little bit is because the frequency of the interstitial goes up a lot the more you play the game. So in the early times of the game, it's not that frequent, but it definitely increases later on in the game. Banners, like I said, they appear about 20 minutes into the gameplay, and they're on a 15-second refresh. So in about 15-20 minutes of gameplay, I would say that in order to not kill yourself, you need to watch at least 6 rewarded videos to keep up with progression. But more likely, you're probably watching 7 or 8, because you usually also want to watch to get that consumable so you can actually move quicker, because that starts getting a bit annoying moving that slowly. So I think rewarded imp, that was anywhere between 6 to 8. And the DAU that I've seen from our two least favorite data tools, it says 2.8 million. So I think this title is making around 190K a day currently from ad revenue with that DAU. So that's $5.8 million worth of ads in the last 30 days, where the game also from the data tool made 1.7 million in IAPs, so about 77% coming from ads. But then, remembering when we did this last time, and every time, I added another million in our sadness multiple on IAPs. So I think the ad revenue is about anywhere between 63 to 68% of our overall revenue. I think probably, like, in terms of rating, I mean, 10 out of 10 with a chef's kiss. Like, they just took, like, what I also thought was perfect in Dreamdale, and they actually made it better. It's just... what else to say about this? Like, keep it up.
See, it looks like the DAU in the other tool is like around like 3.2 million a day in the last few, I think, weeks since they started scaling. So maybe somewhere around those. Interesting. And also a day. Let's see how much money they're making a day now, because it was.
This is the last 30 days, the data I got.
Yeah, it looks like, there's it's going down a little bit, but let's say they make 60K per day, which is maybe, multiplied by 2 with the sadness multiplier, which is 150. Yeah, this could be actually 150 on IIPs and then almost 200 on ads. That could make sense.
So what's the final estimate on revenue per month altogether?
So I think I estimated like
8
million.
Really? Could be
8.5.
Yeah, it's like 6 on ads almost, and I think when I looked at this in IIPs, it was 1.2. So if we are very generous, they make like 2, let's say 2.2. So it could be could be 8.
Yeah.
Could be easily 8.
Sadness multiplier one way or the other.
So for those who don't know what a sadness multiplier is, it's because we've been so sad and disappointed by our data tools on every time we've done a game review. So we're just adding more onto it because we're always under. They're never over. So when we say sadness multiple, it's because we're muy triste, because we're always wrong because of the data tools.
Oh man, well, you're bringing Spanish into our mix. That's great. I love it.
That was Spanish.
Yes.
Okay.
I just got back from a week in Spain, so I'm glad you noticed. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so you are muy triste after the week. Okay.
See.
I can imagine. Yeah. Okay. All right. You can still play, and then I will take over, and we'll do it a little bit differently this time. But okay, let's start with some like interesting facts in terms of the UA. So I was looking into this tool, and I see they soft launched this game in August last year. And I know you mentioned, Jakub, the UC they're actually soft launched in April, which means they might be an open beta, which not every tool.
And why do you think that they didn't soft launch in April?
Well, because I see data from August and not before that. So the first, that's the thing. But this tool, they can't see the open beta, which we already saw in the previous reviews and the previous episodes. So it could be just this. There's no data on iOS, so you can talk about soft launch a little bit.
The fans will talk about.
Oh no. Okay, sorry. So they soft launched in April, but global launch in August. So that was.
But in a year afterwards, we're talking 2022.
2022, and 2022 was a soft launch, as well, and then the global launched in August the same year.
By the way, if you're really listening like carefully and you haven't choked on your coffee already, this game was more than a year in soft launch.
No,
just saying. It's very important. Yes,
it wasn't.
It was,
dude. Okay. Got it. So. Well, look, they started pushing last year in August, but I guess now they start pushing a little bit more than before. And do you think like this whole year when they were making around like?
I'll show the videos.
I'll
show the videos. No worries.
Oh, look at this! What do we have here?
Space Farmer Simulator.
Amazing. Yeah. Do we have a wife over here? Oh my god, this is terrible.
Of course we have.
This is fucking terrible.
Why not?
Skip it. Anyway, so
go get your guest some toilet paper. Look at them.
Yeah. So anyway, they used, at least before, when I thought this is a soft launch, the classic approach from Hyper Casual Studios, which was US only. And then they pushed like 5 versions out, and then it appeared to me that this is actually a global launch because they were running UA. I saw the ads, actually downloaded the game, and then stopped playing, obviously. Anyway, so in August last year, they actually achieved 3.5 million downloads on Google Play and 1.5 million downloads on iOS, which is not bad. Regarding revenues, 100K per month. Again, let's not forget the sadness multiplier. Let's say it was 200K per month, which eventually increased to 286. Well, let's say 5 million. With 6 million installs on iOS and Google Play. And obviously 70% of those installs were on Google Play. They scaled down in February this year until August this year, which I guess you said this is kind of the global launch, the real global launch of the game. But in the meantime, they were scaling Dreamdale in April and May, so my assumption would be that they actually took their UA learnings from this game, and obviously other learnings as well, and applied to My Perfect Hotel, which is now sitting above the Dreamdale in terms of revenues. And this was, it looks like that.
At least, definitely.
It's very close.
What do you mean close? Double than that. Oh, well, when I was looking in the tool in IIPs... different sadness tool.
Yeah, different sadness multiplier, I guess. But yeah, I think it's definitely above Dreamdale. Anyway, this was achieved in 1 fucking month. 1 fucking month. Dreamdale was growing for last 4 to 5 months until they hit this amount of revenue, which again, this is like 2.5 million on IIPs. And then the rest is ads, which I don't know what actually is, but never mind.
I just told you.
But for Dreamdale, It was a long time ago when we actually talked about this. So how is this even possible? Well, let me tell you the difference in installs. So right now, Dreamdale is sitting on 1.2 million installs per month, while My Perfect Hotel achieved staggering 13 million installs in 1 month.
So pretty much 10 times more.
And already has 7 million installs when we are recording this. What the fuck? I mean, seriously. So again, from my point of view, hats off, guys.
So much fun working at SayGames, man.
This is a masterclass in scaling. Kudos to the whole SayGames UA and the game team. You're doing an amazing
team?
And ad monetization. Okay, so
excuse me.
Okay,
how dare you?
Kudos to whole SayGames My Perfect Hotel team, everybody included. You're doing an amazing job and making the lives of other UA managers, including myself, fucking terrible. Because hey, as a UA person, I see your ads everywhere, and then I see that you're competing against everybody at this point. So, but that's the life of the UA person. Anyway, also, guess you should send a love letter to AppLovin, since 50% of the traffic on iOS comes from AppLovin, and AppLovin is also the second biggest channel on Android, right after Google. But we will get there.
Yeah, and AppLovin is not paying us, by the way.
Well, of course. This time, I would like to compare the numbers of creatives with some players in the category and the gaming overall. So let me share the screen, Mr. Jakub, because then I'll do it.
It's anyway on my screen now.
Well, let's see. Let's do it like this. Okay, so we have this. Okay, and I will just do it a little bit differently. Okay, so you see this.
Yep.
So we have total number of creatives is 435, which is on iOS, and then on Android we have 387. So, okay, nobody cares about this number, right? If we look at, let's say, Gardenscapes, what do they have in their UA channel weeks? How many?
Is that creatives? What kind of time frame is that?
1 sec. So this is last month.
Okay.
So these guys have 520 on iOS, and then on Android it's around, I would say like 400 if this loads.
400.
Well, no, 1,400. Okay.
Maven Matej.
Well, I forgot about the one before. So, the number of creatives usually says a lot about the budget you're spending. If we look at Dream Games, maybe Royal Match.
That's what I'm looking at, like
the number of creatives.
1,000 different times how you kill a king.
Maybe they have 4,000 creatives. So
4,000. That's how you kill the guy.
That's how you kill the guy in 4,000 different scenarios. I mean, live creatives is 2,200, but it's this is just saying like how much money they are spending and like what kind of creatives they have. So we have 4,000 versus 500 on the on My Perfect Hotel. But if we look at Idol, let's say Bank, Tycoon, and we can compare that because it's a little bit closer to what we have. So these guys have 400 on iOS, and then let's say 500 on Android. So let's get back to My Perfect Hotel. You know what? Let's look at one more thing. Monopoly. Go. Let's see if I
So this is the last 30 days or the last month, like last 10 days?
Okay, so yes.
Or like August.
Yeah. August. So it's 2,000. That's not that bad.
So
Android, okay,
My
5,000.
Hotel is not doing well.
5,000 on Android. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus. I think I've only seen about 2,000 of them.
Yeah. No, I wanted to say if this is scaling like there is no tomorrow with 400 and they just exploded in terms of the installs. Can you imagine like how much money they are? Well, you can imagine how much money the other games are spending.
Yeah.
So I guess this is also quite a big budget, basically. So not bad, definitely not bad. But let's look at the UA channels. We can actually talk about UA channels, and we can do it even here. No, I don't want to do it here. You can stop sharing now and then talk about the channels, and then I will go through the creatives. So on iOS, as I said, they have Uplavin 50% of spend. Then there is 20% of Google, Mintegral, Unity, Moloko. Then there is Facebook, which is like 4 or 5% of spend. Super small Iron Source, Atcoin, Vango. I mean, okay.
I only wish there was a way we could know what mediation platform they had. What?
Yeah, only if we can
wish.
But on the Android, as I said, the Google 47%, then it's Uplavin 20%, Facebook as well, which is on Android quite big, it's like 10%, and Mintegral, Iron Source, Moloko, and Unity. So interesting mix again, Mintegral right there. We see also Moloko. So I guess we need another lunch. Ben, do you listen? Well, jokes aside, I think as soon as they started ramping up Uplavin, it was really I could really see it on the campaigns I'm running on Uplavin on different games. The scale that I saw dropped quite heavily, and I didn't change too much on the campaign side. So thank you very much again for making my life a little bit harder, but also kudos to you guys that you can spend quite a lot of money, and it looks like it's actually coming back, right? Given the revenue that you are making. So let's see how that goes, because September looks also pretty good. If you can keep this up, well, even better. Okay, so regarding creatives, let's do it. Also for Felix, forgot about the hooks. This is all about playables, my friend. It's not gonna be that easy in terms of hooks, but I will show you like what they're actually doing. Do you see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. So we're using actually mobile action, because I usually do
Not Matej's hard drive action.
Not my drives. But yeah. Oh, one second. Yeah. Just look at this. I mean, pretty much the game, right?
Emojis.
Of course there is emojis. You need to have emojis.
You know, by the way, it's super fucking loud, yeah?
And that's it. I mean, I can play this forever.
Casino noises.
Okay, so that's it basically.
Matej, you know
yeah.
that it's super loud.
Super loud. Yeah, well, I can then decrease the music or the sound. I can't do it in this playable, unfortunately.
Everyone knows that Matej has a silent voice, but plays his creatives on loud.
Of course.
Yeah, so our ears bleed to that.
No, I hope so. I really hope so. I can actually now show you the creative. Which
this seems like
similar.
pretty honest advertising.
Yeah. And look at this very honest advertising.
Mm-hmm. But come on, man! Like this is that what was it? Golden Goblins thing.
It is the same thing. I mean, but this was live. Yeah, first seen 112 days ago, somewhere in May. And this is exactly the same concept that they just copied, which is great. I mean, why not?
But is Idle Bank Tycoon really the thing that it's not what they're showing here? They're not. The game doesn't play like that, does it?
It's very close to what we just saw in the playable, honestly. Anyway, but like when we were in South Korea, we found out also one game that started scaling heavily on Uplavin. And they basically copied Frozen City playable, and that allowed them to scale quite a lot. Anyway, we can actually check a few different creatives, but yeah, don't expect any hooks in here. But I will share it in a different way. Okay, so this is Uplavin, and I don't want to see Uplavin only. I want to see all of the creatives everywhere. So I think the most interesting videos were on Facebook when I was looking into it, and I think you will see why. So basically we have this, which isn't the game, right? It's, I mean, the level
It's more
is
hyper casual.
Yeah, it is more hyper casual version.
It is the game. It's just that the guy is not
Yes.
the lobby guy.
Yeah,
This is actually their old build.
Is it?
exactly.
Yes.
First seen 395 days ago, and it's still, well, last seen 9 days ago. So this is what we have here, and obviously we have
as an ordinary hotel manager.
Oh,
The
AI
AI
voice.
voice.
I had forgotten you.
no, of course not.
But with developing your skills and earning more money,
But
you
we
can
have all
hire
of these.
managers who will be working instead of you.
Of course, we
They
have
will
this.
help
I
you with
mean,
your room service
you
and
need to have
accepting
this type of
guests.
creative. It's
AI
quite,
voices are
easy
so
to do.
good.
The more rooms you can
It's quite easy to do. You
It's
have
again
all
old build and same old build.
hotel manager.
same thing.
At the
All
beginning,
build, okay. And then we have the same thing. No
Same old
voice.
build.
Unfortunately, no voice. And we have also like few other videos. Look, nice summer music, but also super old. But this is Facebook, right? So they have quite old things right there. If we go back,
This was
and-
again old build because
Yeah,
the
it was.
currency there was not blue.
and also nobody cares if it's old or new. If it works,
Of course.
great. Yeah, I would use old creatives. Why not? And one sec. So I was.
So is there any like big difference between these, or are these all pretty much hyper casual creatives that looks all the same because you cannot really do shit stuff with it as usual?
Yep. Pretty
As we
much.
like no hero wars, no archetypes, no
Nope. Nothing like that. No.
you can't. Yeah.
I mean, you
But
can, but it doesn't
you
make
enjoyed
sense.
the low CPI of hyper casual. That's the whole
Exactly.
point.
I mean, you don't need to like overthink anything, right? You just you just use whatever you have, and that's basically it.
Can you put the one with the car? The one with the I think on the right. Yeah, there.
This one, the parking. Yep.
Yeah.
This is quite new.
Okay. Yeah, they have
That's in the game.
mechanic.
That's in the game.
It's completely in the game. There's nothing bad about it.
Yeah, but you see, I think this is what Korean. So they have. This is the Google only. So I didn't see. I mean, obviously you have this level 1 versus level whatever, which is again hyper casual. But they do have quite a lot of different.
Was the gray one? If you go bottom.
This
That
one.
one.
That's Mr. Monopoly. I know.
This is something new.
Yeah, why? It's something you just close up on the the main guy.
Okay.
It's. I mean, so honestly, I don't need to see like that many different concepts here. I mean, you have all like this toilet thing, obviously. Everybody wants to go to the toilet but can't, because that's something that works apparently in the hyper casual space as well. We have a lot of toilet based games for some reason.
Toilet themed games.
Yeah, toilet themes. Okay, but yeah, South Korea, 23% of the shares, share of the budget. And then Japan, interesting, on Android. And then if we go back towards the, let's say, Uplavin again, we have the. Okay, so we are now on Android. Let's go to iOS. It's way more interesting. It's 50%, and then come on, there's one more playable. But then there is like all the other. Okay, this is new. This is new again. Interactive end card. So they started with these playables 14 days ago, and also in the middle of August, and it's spending all the budget. There's one video, which is this one on Uplavin. And that's it. What I really like, and I don't know why it's not here in the AdMob section, is actually they have the 7-minute long video in
7 minutes.
Yes, one second. I'm going to show you the whole screen. They have 7-minute video on Google Play. No, this is only 1 minute long.
But it loops into 7 minutes.
That's another video. This one started scaling in the middle of August, and they have the 7-minute video, which is getting the majority of the spend on Google.
I still see, like, from my point of view, like second UA person here, I just see the basic like hyper casual principle. Like, don't do anything that's not in the game, and it's pretty much core gameplay determines the CPI. That's it. Period.
But also the visual style. I mean, like, what else would you do here? It's the same thing we discussed with Empire Takeover. If you do like a fantasy theme like hook, what would it help in this situation? Nothing. Also, like any type of hook in this situation doesn't make any sense, because it's clear it's really.
So if I just a theoretical question, so if there would be like a few frames with like a hotel manager guy, a real life actor, would that help or something like that?
It could catch attention, and I would try that, but the fact that I don't see it anywhere here,
is it already tried and didn't perform well?
Maybe.
Yes.
But if you look at the Frozen City, they used it quite a lot. But that was like, and also Whiteout Survival. But that was.
But they have the ice cream thing there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Exactly. So that was really, really connected to the whole theme of the game, and that worked so well. In here, it's not as eye catching.
Yeah, like lobby boys aren't that interesting.
And I think like here, what we see, the 7 minutes, it's just all the creatives into one.
Did I saw the Dubai hotel there somewhere?
Maybe. Well, we can just rewind back. Let's see. Yep. Here you go.
Okay. That's new.
It's nice. But yeah, it's 7-minute long video, which is spending the whole budget on AdMob. Google Ads.
How does that work?
It's very simple. On YouTube, you can use 30 plus second videos, and on YouTube, 30 plus second videos taking all the spend, and usually landscape and vertical, and this is vertical, right? So I usually use I think I used like 4-minute long video before, but it was more connected to gameplay rather than just put all the ads together. But if you remember, nice.
Oh, that's new. 3D.
Yep. 3D.
For a few seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think this is great.
Amazing.
I saw also in one creative when he was riding a unicorn as well, which was puking rainbows. Okay.
Whoa, this is super new.
Super new.
Flaming and electrocuting hotel guests.
Well,
okay.
Can you find?
This is from The Shining.
Yes. But the thing is, like, this is. I mean, I haven't seen these videos like anywhere. So I guess this is.
Maybe this was when they started.
Could
trying to do this and just leave it here in a way, just like. But because there's not spend going into this, aren't there?
Wait a second. I mean, for like this, if you separate all of the videos, I didn't see those.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, they put it in here. I mean, this is actually great. I want to watch it until the end. Okay, but this was already. I saw this one. Okay. So I saw also that in the beginning there was this AI voice. The only thing it's here. It's the nice music.
Yeah, the 3D ones with flamethrower. That's something I want to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, Hustle Castle.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
of course.
No.
Why not?
Okay.
Let's see. We can just go through this quite.
Medieval one?
Yeah,
medieval hotel.
Yeah. That was.
Okay.
Let's go here. That's. I mean, yeah.
So do I take that right that they actually had a pretty long list of creative concepts? It's just that they're not spending on them.
Well, if you spend 50% of your budget on Uplavin and like the top spenders are free playable ads, then yes, I mean,
yeah, okay,
they won't get enough spend. Okay. But I'm pretty based on the Dreamdale creatives where they actually used Diablo as an inspiration. So I'm pretty sure they have like shit ton of concepts. So honestly, if I need to rate this and give them Maven Matej rating, it's 12 out of 10, which is again masterclass, and like heads off, guys. Like this is great, amazing, kudos.
Okay, let me go my stuff now.
Let me go my stuff.
As usual, a little bit of history lesson.
Yeah, Felix fell asleep already.
Felix,
when I was talking about creatives, like
7-minute creative. Come on.
Yeah.
I didn't play the whole. Come on.
So just to get some things straight, so how I think this went, and whatever Matej said before, maybe like sadness multipliers here and there, but I think the game was soft launch April 13, 2022. So that's what I think. And the game global launch by
last month, eh?
Yeah, last month, meaning August 15, 2023. So for those still listening, it's more than a year in soft launch, which is very, very important distinguishing feature here, where that's I think like one of those things that hybrids need in a way in order to get there, because it's like fucking hard to do hybrid properly. That's why these guys are spending so much, because they
but they were still spending quite a lot of money, I think, even like in this like
before.
If you say this was a year soft launch, yes.
Yeah, that's the question, because the question is, was this turned into a hybrid, or was this just like hyper casual before, or was this just sitting on the back burner, and I think they got all their learnings from Dreamdale and all these other games that they can spend.
Yeah.
There's multiple options here, like, don't get me wrong, could be different way. I'm not saying it's this exactly, but something happened there. So if you look into the old build, this is the old build pretty much, when you can clearly see that it's not like it was before. Some distinguishing differences is...
It's fucking hard word.
Yeah, I know. So you have, let's say, this thing where you like have separate menus for hiring receptionists, upgrading them, and all these different things. And then you have whatever, I don't know, like other hotel upgrades like done through this like UI. And I think this was probably maybe before Dreamdale, because Dreamdale also can outsource all of the UI on the map itself. You don't select stuff, you just walk to it and it selects itself, which I think is great. So I think this was before the learning, or before they were like going into this template. Because even if I don't know if there's nothing here in this video that I want to show later, but there's this other video that's even more interesting, where there's a guy from 2022 pretty much unlock all of the hotels.
You hold that mic closer, man.
Yeah, and then when he unlocked all the hotels, you can see that there were just 3 hotels in the whole game, and the very important thing, can you see it from this screen, was the change. Who's gonna be the second best game designer?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, still I'm the second best game designer.
Yes, you're the first and second.
Anyway, so the important distinction here is that all of the hotels were running on the same type of soft currency, just scaled up, which is a very, very different setup than what they have currently in the game. Because here it means that you run your hotel, and the increasing numbers game increases in next hotel, where your whatever earnings are kind of meaningless, because it's just 10 times more. So whatever,
it's like any idle game, basically.
Yeah. So, and there were just 3 of them in the game, and it seems like they have this kind of a whatever ticket currency. Like, I don't see it anymore in the game. I guess that's what the prestige currency probably, but yeah, I don't know what happened there before. But if we go in the current game, we can see already that they just have like a lot of hotels currently, and every single one of those other hotels is running on different currency, which means that the currency from previous hotel, the soft currency, doesn't help you in the next one, but they have this transition currency called coins, pretty much whatever, that you can then use to speed up the progress in your current hotel. But you don't get that currency from your current hotel. So maybe a little bit, let me jump into the game actually, because I need to show it. This is very important, because I think this is like one of the things why they were able to scale so high in the current progression. Let me close the interstitials. Here we are. Yeah, because here, why did it crash after interstitials? Oh,
no, still good.
Because if we go here, so let's say this is my beach hotel, whatever.
Congrats.
Yeah. And then this is my other first hotel. And if I would go there into that hotel, I could get this kind of you see this thing here, this gold coins currency, through leveling up and like resetting the hotel. I can get it. But in my current hotel, I cannot get it through like resetting. I haven't reset it first in the first place because it would unlock the other hotel, but I also cannot get it through level up or like just upgrading stuff. So it means that it rewards you for playing the previous hotels, and then you can translate a little bit of that progression into your next hotel. So there's a connection now. It doesn't work like it was before, where you pretty much, run into like a whatever infinite number, whatever. They had just 3 hotels, but it was just scaling so high that you get stuck, and then you had to go previously to do something. So with idle games, it's very tricky. This whole resetting mechanism is everything. It needs to be very delicate balance.
So you need to actually play more now. And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You need to play more because you need to also care about your previous hotels, where you can then reset and increasingly rebuild again and reset again and so on and so forth. So as I said, like my first hotel, I already reset it 3 times because it's just faster and faster and faster. And again, it gives you this kind of other currency that you can use to upgrade your current hotel. So that's there. That's like one of the biggest changes I found between the builds last year and this year. So that's like main thing. The other thing is that, as you can see already, this is becoming a pattern in this arcade idle hyper casual subgenre that it seems SayGames have built a template. And that's why probably all these things are taking synergies and all these deals are working so well, because we've been talking about this whole fucking last year. Because Hubby has the template. Nobody was able to do the template other than them, because
these are very close to it.
Yeah, these are very close to it because you need to do it for
your own
category.
Playing these fucking waifu games and
man,
I'm not playing
ads, man.
Seriously, like what the
What's
fuck
your
is
wife
wrong
say
with
about this, man?
honestly, this is already the second ad like this.
This is a narrative game, man. It's like not even a waifu game. It's not that
I know it's not a waifu game.
But
I see the
let's
pattern
continue.
right there as well.
So the important thing here, what I want to say, Hubby has the template, but the template only works for action RPG games. Every game that they need to do through that template will be an action RPG game. These guys, SayGames, this template works for arcade idle games, which is again a different genre. It locks them into their genre. It means that they cannot do different types of games on the same template.
Until they build a new template, basically.
Exactly. But building a template is fucking hard.
Yeah.
It takes like a lot of learnings, a lot of failures, and then you pretty much aggregate it to all, and then you have, the hit machine. So you just change the score gameplay. So this works, I guess, pretty well for them. I was looking into the category.
Quite well in regards to the revenues, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was looking into their like category share. The problem is that our favorite tools don't really show arcade idle as specific hyper-casual subgenre. They put Dream into action RPG and My Perfect Hotel into simulation. So doesn't really match that well. Like even in simulation category, like My Perfect Hotel is taking like quarter of all of the downloads currently, like last month.
$1 million a month.
Yeah, so much. The other thing that I want to talk about is that Arcade Idle has this kind of a stuff to do thing as part of the mechanic, and then there's the increasing resources. So they usually do by the usual idle loop, which means that you have some mechanic, you do it for a few times, and then you automate it. So you hire a receptionist, you hire a cleaner, you hire whatever toilet paper fetcher, but there's still some mechanics that you can't automate or like you need still to do. So I think I can get the barman.
You can get a bartender,
yeah. So I'll get one, but I cannot get the guy that brings you these kind of special quest stuff that I still need to do myself. So for instance, here somewhere, I don't know where, there would be like a pillow or a hair dryer or iron, or some kind of thing, whatever. A customer suddenly gives you this request and you need to bring it myself. See, here's a like stand with the pillows, and I would need to go myself and fetch it. So this is the arcade part where you still need to kind of do something.
To do things.
Yeah.
It's not only idle.
Yeah, so works pretty well, I think. Same thing we see in Dreamdale, where some resources you can have workers that will then do for you, and then some things you need to do yourself. So the prestige thing, I think, is actually one of the weakest.
Go get the pillow.
Yeah. We're gonna get the pillow. The prestige thing, I think, is one of the weakest point here, because usually in these like idle games,
One is enough. It's fine.
One is enough.
But what? Yeah, one is enough.
One pillow is enough.
Yeah, I fucking bring in this one pillow. You in these idle games, the prestige mechanic always kind of that's the problem, and I guess the biggest churn point. Yeah,
There you go.
non-waifu game. Because when in your prestige you need to start from over, and there needs to be very big incentives. Why would you want to start over? So that's the problem. And usually adding permanent progression within these games is the biggest problem. Yeah, I do. No, end card. That's your favorite, which you cannot skip for a few seconds.
You can spin again.
Of course. So I still think they could go a little bit further. If someone knows or correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see any other features here regarding than the map. So I still would like to go a little bit, I've seen many games that have done like whatever custom managers that you can upgrade or some gacha mechanic or something. Like I think there's still space to kind of put more into the depth of progression, especially later down the line. Like if you have like literally 8 hotels or whatever they are here, 9. So there's a lot of stuff that people pretty much go through that you can still add.
I would like to see a live ops event like, hey, here, throw a party for 5 of your hotels or something like that.
Yeah, like they have this
amazing.
VIP ad placement guy, which seems kind of good, but in the end I think it's shit because the currency he drops isn't that big as just
it's only worth it for the first 15 or 20 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah,
like
this
guy.
Monopoly guy. Yeah, like
Mr.
it's nice, but it's shit. I'm sorry, like just the normal cash on the pavement or like cash on the sidewalk. See this thing? So 3.2k immediately. Like this is the best ad placement. You just watch these all the time and get all the soft currency that you need. So that's there. Regarding their IPs, those are really good because whole game again can be speed up by 50% by ads by running on these unicorns or whatever, or you can buy it forever for 24 euros, which is great. And then of course they have a Pro Pass and Elite Pass, which again can increase your currency gain and your hard currency gain. And hard currency is mainly used as skippets, meaning that skipping rewarded ads. It's not really used as some kind of substitution for soft currency payments, which is, I think, the way to go here. There's you can't really buy that much kind of soft currency with it. Let's see. So to put things into context again, and I think this should be the final piece of the puzzle here. Let me again reshare the screen.
I'm trying to find what's the most. Okay, so no ads pack is the top one in terms of the purchase. And then we have a handful of gems. No ads, 15% off. Pro ticket, then VIP pack, again no ads offer, which is something else. Oh, so they have no ads pack, which is $9.99, and then they have no ads offer, which is $4.99.
Yeah.
So everybody who just bought the $9.99, too bad.
Yeah. So there's this other game called King or Fail.
But it only skips intrusive ads. It doesn't skip the rewarded ads.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But they have free offers on the no ads. So they have 15% off, 30% off, and the final offer, which is 50% off. It's great.
Yeah, because they can add more value into it by introducing these forever increased movement speed stuff and also and so forth. So that's good. Yeah, let me finish this one.
Yeah.
So they have King or Fail on their portfolio currently in soft launch mode.
Yes, I've heard about this game.
Yeah, if you look into the game, you can see some familiarities.
It's a Dreamdale with King.
It's not Dreamdale. It's, let's say,
the
SayGames template of
SayGames
template,
something in between My Perfect Hotel and Dreamdale.
Yeah, what's really interesting is what they did here is that, again, you just changed the core gameplay. So what they picked this time is that instead of the dungeons and whatever the Dreamdale game has, they have actually a combat mechanic, if I can find it here. Yeah. Let's see in a few seconds.
Nice.
So you have your army there, and then you can...
I hope this is going to be tower defense.
It's not going to be tower defense, man. It's just like auto battle.
Well, which is still quite okay.
It's still, but because this is the arcadey part. Keep in mind, you need to preserve the arcadey part, like something to do, something to click and do stuff and so on and so forth. So they have actually a combat loop into it, but the rest of the game
with
again
ad placement
is on the template.
Ad placement is amazing.
Yeah, see, even the start game, like start fight, was done through that kind of UI on the map thing, which again is very signature for this template. So this is another game to look for, like how this one will fare. But again, template are only as good as fast as you can do different iterations with them. So my guess is they're probably already working on third, fourth, or fifth kind of template mix on this. And we'll see how that far goes. Like they're very far ahead of the pack currently.
It's already like built. We talked about Dreamdale, and since then it improved quite heavily, which was like a few months ago.
Yeah, because this is the thing that these games, again, the disadvantage is that it locks you within one genre, but the big advantage is it gives you so much synergies, all the learnings.
If you make 8 million a month suddenly out of nowhere, I mean that's pretty good. That's pretty good status. Like where you can be, and also that's only one game.
But this is the thing. Now. They had to got here by so much iteration. This was not done by your usual 5 weeks hyper casual thing. It's just years, I think, currently. So,
of course not, but we already talked about it at Dreamdale.
Yeah. So for my side, regarding back to my perfect hotel, let me do just.
And if you say something below 10, this is over.
Don't
like
scare
the rating.
him. Say that afterwards, man. Come on.
Okay.
Below 10. It's definitely below 10.
Below 10. Okay.
For game design IIP side, definitely, because I still think they could make more IIP revenue if they add more progression layers. I won't say 10. Sorry. Like it's great, but there's just like opportunities.
More potential. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's more potential.
So definitely,
this game could make 10 million instead of 8.
8.5. 8.5 from my side.
Ooh,
For every million they make a month.
Nice,
okay. But it's amazing. Like the things that they have done here, even the like light humor and whatever they have there. It's very nice.
And all the consumables, like the fast moving ones, how they all always change, like a flying carpet,
this
a unicycle.
It's a if you have resources to build like 20 different movement consumables, please add another progression layer into it.
True.
Yeah. So that's great. But I guess they will. Similarly, how hobby games improve based on the improvement from the other games that they added on top of their template, these things can transition from other templates. So they will. My guess is it maybe will be added from Dreamdale or a King or Fail game or whatever they're having.
No, I think King or Fail will be the next hit that's gonna make more money than these two combined.
Let's see. I'm a little bit scared because it's combat, kind of fantasy based, but
finally some normal game.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but still, if you go into this like combat, well, it can be quite good. Look at Survivor.io.
Of course, yeah, can be. Maybe they just need to add zombies into it.
Maybe. I think that these hyper casual characters and like how they look, this is way better. Yeah. Blue versus red, I think that's already like too old kind of visual
like
style.
Old hyper casual.
Yes, yeah.
But they'll hammer that out. They'll hammer that out, right?
Like so face without nose and eyes.
Exactly.
Like so modern.
Look, this is already an iteration and definitely improvement.
Yeah, it'll be interesting watching the new games coming out and seeing like what other like studios also follow the Happy template model. SayGames template.
You just need to pick your genre because it's not just like following a template. Like it's a template within a genre.
Yeah.
If you don't have the genre expertise, you won't be able to build a template.
Yeah. Yep, that's pretty much it.
And on that note, Remo has some announcements to make.
Oh yeah, again. If you're listening to this, I'm not yet probably in Cyprus, but I will be Cyprus speaking this week at Link conference. So yeah, feel free to reach out or say hi. Again, I'll continue my rambling on my hybrid casual there.
Yeah. Also, a few people reached out like, "Hey, it's Monday evening, and where's
my podcast?
Yeah, where's my podcast?" So we had a few other things, holidays, weddings, and other things. So it's gonna it's gonna be ready on Tuesday because we are recording on Monday. All right, who wanna take us home? Who want to do it? Felix, you wanna take us home?
I think Remo should because he's been on 2 trips. He's going to be on
Again?
2 trips. Yeah, I think so. I think Remo did a good. I can take us home. All right, to our dear listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to share it with all your industry friends, dogs and cats. Cats love it, absolutely. Haven't heard of anyone sharing it with goldfish yet, but
It's fine.
share it. Until next week, where we're actually starting something really new that we're actually excited about, because we found a way to actually do game reviews without the sadness multiple being in our way.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more. We're actually quite excited about this one.
Definitely, yes. Join our Slack. It's a really nice group of talented people from the whole industry. It's growing nicely, so you should be also there. And then, please, if you have any comments, put those in the YouTube section, or you can reach out to us on Slack, on LinkedIn, or anywhere else. Until next time, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah.
Dobre for sharing that with me. Dobre does not mean thank you.
Yep, that's what we know. That's what we already
forgot,
know.
I'll kill you.
Yeah,
that's my lovely wife.
Of course. Well, I would kill you as well. What do we do? Okay, so should we start or what?
Yeah, I think this could be pretty long. So
It's not going to be pretty long. I could actually be actually.
No. There's a lot of content to take in, not the review.